The 2025-26 season is getting closer, as the Premier League confirmed the brand new fixtures. For Arsenal, the clock is ticking. So today we'll get a massive update on the future of Miles Lewis-Skelly, discuss the breaking news regarding the future of Thomas Partey, as well as finding out the latest on Rodrigo, discussing Fabrizio Romano's breaking update on Arsenal's forward pursuits, as well as a breakdown of Arsenal's tough start to the season. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Bass14. Welcome back to your boys' channel. Your boys back in the UK, back on the grind, and back with the Arsenal content. So as per, if you do enjoy, smash a like on this video and do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Help your boy on his road to 300,000 subscribers. But starting off with the confirmed Arsenal news, the one place that we have to start is the departure of a key Arsenal member. We are talking Carlos Cuesta. 29 years of age with so much potential as an actual manager. To have been a first team coach at Arsenal at such a young age, it was only a matter of time before a big offer arrived. Then came a Fabrizio Romano exclusive confirming Serie A side Parma had decided to appoint Carlos Cuesta as their new manager. Talks were at a final stage, with Arsenal given their green light. And here was Carlos just one day later, seen arriving in Italy to become the new Parma manager. At just 29 years of age, becoming the youngest ever manager in Serie A history. As Fabrizio Romano confirms with a "here we go," Carlos Cuesta has arrived in Italy in order to sign his deal as a new Parma head coach, with Cuesta even confirming his exit on his official Instagram account, with a long and heartfelt message. After 5 beautiful years, it's hard to put this into words, but I can only express how grateful I am for having lived day to day with such special people, and feel what it means to represent this football club with its incredible history and values. To become a manager at just 29 is one thing, but to manage one of the most historic Serie A sides in history, it just shows the quality of coach that Arsenal had on their hands. With every Arsenal fan being very familiar with this clip here of Cuesta alongside Ben White in the All or Nothing documentary, where he told Ben White that he have all the potential to be a world-class player. When I see you defending, I say wow. How many players in the world can anticipate like you? I would say nobody. With even Gabriel Magalhaes putting on an Instagram story, saying good luck on your journey and wishing you all the best. Thanks for everything and I will miss you. As perfectly said by Hand of Arsenal, wishing the very best for Carlos Cuesta. Some players even said that he was more intense than Mikel Arteta. To think his career started by using Twitter, to then putting down Cohen's Atletico Madrid, to now managing Parma as a head coach. Make no mistake, this is one of Mikel Arteta's key right-hand men. Think back to the game against Man City in 2022. No Mikel Arteta available via illness. We've all seen the clip of Cuesta taking out his headphones, as Mikel Arteta barked out his orders from home. And about Mikel Arteta, as Cuesta says, to the person that made it happen, thank you. That's the only thing I can say. Thank you for your trust, for giving me the opportunity to be next to you, and for showing me with constant facts, which is the meaning of the word courage. But more than that, thank you for being an incredible coach, an incredible leader, and an even better human being. It has been a true privilege to learn from you, to feel support in any circumstance, and to share the ups and downs of the journey. Always seeing the positive side of it. You've taught me a lot and I will always carry it with me. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. All we can say now is the best of luck, but more importantly for Arsenal, what do we have planned next? By losing such a key man behind the scenes, Mikel Arteta will have to go and find a replacement. One man that comes to mind, of course, is ex-Arsenal player Santi Cazorla, a former teammate of Mikel Arteta, who Mikel has made clear time and time again is more than welcome to return to Arsenal. Now at 40 years of age but still playing professionally, re-signing for boyhood club Oviedo, even at such an age, 8 years after being told that he couldn't even walk again, Santi has just scored the winner to get them into the La Liga playoff final. A chance to send his boyhood club back to the first Spanish division. With him still not being retired, I think this is not quite the possibility. For as much as Arsenal fans will welcome him back, with him still not being retired, there's still a lot that needs to happen. Another man that has come up is Gabriel Heinze, a former Argentina international, who reports claim back in 2024 was currently in England, and there was a very concrete possibility that he would join Mikel Arteta's coaching staff. Nothing happened back then, but will things change now? Having just lost a key piece behind the scenes, Mikel Arteta will need to find a high quality replacement. But talking of departures, what's happening with the future of Thomas Partey? After being named as the Ghana Footballer of the Year of 2025, winning the award for the 3rd time in his career, there were some reports coming out of Turkey that were intriguing, from a reliable source claiming that Thomas Partey will leave Arsenal. He is looking for a team and he was offered in Turkey, especially to Fenerbahce, with still no new Arsenal contract, and currently a free agent. As previously reported by the Hand of Arsenal, Thomas Partey is expected to return to North London next week, and the expectation is that he will join Arsenal in the warm weather summer camp in Spain. Sources stress that nothing has been signed as of last week, but a decision is soon expected. Even now, according to Charles Watts, my understanding on the story from Turkey is that it's not the case. Watts reported yesterday that a decision has been made, and he is going is not true as of yet. Talks are still going, and Partey will be back in London in the next few days. This is a saga entering its final stages. Whether Thomas Partey is going to be an Arsenal player come the start of next season, this upcoming week is going to be decisive. Because if Partey is allowed to leave, even if Martin Zubimendi is arriving, Arsenal will need to go and sign another midfielder. And according to reports in Spain, Arsenal are monitoring Sevilla's Luciano Gomez as the Gunners look for a replacement for Thomas Partey, despite there being no contact between the player and Arsenal. It seems to me that Arsenal will have the options if Partey does leave, but it's more a matter of getting clarification there first, because in my eyes the priority will be for Mikel Arteta to keep the experience of Partey, especially after the departure of Jorginho. But now we've got another update from Fabrizio Romano, confirming negotiations between Arsenal and Thomas Partey over a new deal are not advancing. No agreement so far, and now concrete chances to part ways in the upcoming days. Thomas would be available as a free agent. But talking of futures and brand new contracts, what about Arsenal star boy Miles Lewis-Skelly? Well, after reports in Spain confirmed, Real Madrid haven't only discussed about the signing of Arsenal's Miles Lewis-Skelly, even confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that Real Madrid were looking at the player. For me, I have never been too worried about his future, despite a contract expiring in 2026. This is a player who is Arsenal through and through, breaking into the team at 18 years of age, and most certainly given a platform to shine. For me, it's more the fact that Real Madrid were in for him in the first place. 18 years of age off the back of your debut season, especially his performance at the Bernabeu. It just shows the quality that Arsenal have on their hands. Then we got some fantastic news from Charles Watts, an exclusive confirming that Miles Lewis-Skelly has agreed a new Arsenal contract, a huge boost to Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, which was then co-signed by Fabrizio Romano, confirming that Miles has agreed to sign a new long-term deal at Arsenal, all done and set to be confirmed soon. The player only wanted to stay at Arsenal, and talks have been advancing for months now. He is staying and the new deal is confirmed. But according to David Ornstein, the deal is not agreed but he is close, as Miles will get a new Arsenal contract, which will make him one of the world's best paid young players. Mikel Arteta has been vital to the renewal, which was negotiated by his mother Marcia Lewis. For any Arsenal fans that were stressed, take a massive sigh of relief. We are not going to see a Trent 2.0. Despite the amount of Liverpool fans that were begging for Miles Lewis-Skelly to go Madrid, all you have to see is how rival fans talk about it to truly understand the quality that Arsenal have. This next year for Miles is going to be massive. And more importantly, I wonder where he's going to play. After all the reports of the potential departure of Thomas Partey, despite the links to many midfielders, I wonder if Arsenal go for a left back instead, to give Miles a chance instead to play as a number 6. As Fabrizio Romano also confirms, the next talent to sign a new deal at Arsenal after Miles Lewis-Skelly will be Ethan Nwaneri. It is only a matter of time. Both Arsenal star boys that have been nominated for the 2025 PFA Young Player of the Year, in a list that also has Liam Delap, Dean Huijsen, Milos Kerkez and Morgan Rogers, Miles Lewis-Skelly is the clear favourite to win the entire award. But talking of done deals, what about the incoming transfers? One deal that Arsenal have got done is a brand new keeper, as confirmed by Matt Law. Kepa Arrizabalaga to Arsenal is basically done. My initial information was that he didn't want to be a backup, having played every week at Bournemouth. There was interest from some good clubs to make him a number 1, so it surprised me that he'd be up to go for Arsenal. But that's not the news that Arsenal fans are looking for. What about a brand new wide forward? Well, after a year of chasing Nico Williams, we did get a Fabrizio Romano exclusive, confirming that Barcelona have decided to activate the Nico Williams deal after getting the player's total priority. Barca will need more rounds of talks with his agents, as they will need to discuss the terms of the €58 million release clause with Atletico Bilbao. Not advanced yet, but Barca are now trying. A player wanted by Arsenal, Chelsea and Bayern Munich, looking set to stay in Spain. But will that be the case for Real Madrid's Rodrigo? As confirmed now by Ben Jacobs, Arsenal are seriously interested in Rodrigo and have been in early talks with his camp since May, with Real Madrid seeking around €90 million for the player. It seems like Arsenal's top wide forward target has changed, with the potential market opportunity of Rodrigo. If the player was to become available, it looks to be Mikel Arteta's main priority, with even more reports in Spain confirming Arsenal are positive about Rodrigo. Initial contacts took place some time back, but once again Madrid will want a minimum of €90 million. The questions will be there. Will Arsenal be open to spending that level of money, especially after a key centre-forward investment? But at the same time, if the ambition is still to win a Premier League title and a Champions League, when a potential top 10 winger becomes available in the market, you need to go and shoot your shot. A sentiment that was echoed by Mikel Arteta at the end of last season. Mikel Arteta will not be sitting here and saying no to Rodrigo. It all falls down to the owners and the board. Having seen the right wing excel and the left wing fall off, Rodrigo is a player that can entirely change that. But in terms of the player's current future, he is of course a part of the Real Madrid squad at the FIFA Club World Cup, having started their first game in a 1-1 draw against Al Hilal, playing 65 minutes and dropping a 6.8 rating, despite getting 1 assist, not a single shot on target, or a single successful dribble. The key for me though was the fact that he was playing on the right hand side, with all the reports that have consistently confirmed Rodrigo prefers to play on the left, with even more reports in Spain confirming Arteta is a big fan of Rodrigo, and he believes they can bring the best out of him. For me, that is going to be starting as a left winger. When you've got Vinicius Jr. to beat, it's not going to happen at Real Madrid. So then the question goes to Rodrigo. Do you have the ambition to become better? Prove to the world that you can be Brazil's best left forward. At Arsenal, you would get that platform, a chance to show the world what you're made of. But you've also got reports regarding Rafael Leao that claim around 10 days ago Andrea Berta had a phone call with Rafael Leao. The winger is on Berta's shortlist, but for now he's not Arsenal's first target. Leao is a very different profile in terms of what he can offer. A maverick on the ball with a lot of power going forwards. If we're talking Champions League games and providing game-breaking moments, Leao could be very effective even more than Rodrigo, but I've always wondered, would Mikel Arteta adapt? For a player notoriously known for not being a hard worker, as Arsenal fans we can sit here and say yes, keep the attackers forwards, but having just seen a PSG team walk the Champions League with a front three of Kvara, Dembele and Doué working as hard as possible, we also have to understand that modern day football is different. The very elite teams aren't just great on the ball, but off the ball they are working harder than ever. Then you've got a potential target coming out of Aston Villa. According to reports in the UK, Morgan Rogers remains a concrete transfer target for Arsenal, who are undeterred by his mammoth £80 million price tag. Arsenal believe a deal is feasible before the transfer window closes, driven by Villa's ongoing concerns over PSR. Having pulled out a £12 million deal for Sven Ipan, unable to sign Marcus Rashford, Villa could be a major trouble when it comes to PSR. No Champions League football is a massive blow. That's where Arsenal could be opportunistic, and a squad that certainly has quality that you can take from. The idea of Rodgers is almost a 2-in-1 fix. Not only a player that could give Arsenal central running power, a player to break games and drive forwards, but when looking at his 2023-24 heat map, he was mainly playing on the left-hand side. Despite not having the pace of Rodrigo, Rodgers certainly has a lot of power in his stride. A player still only 22 years of age, but has proven that he can do it in the Premier League. More and more Arsenal fans are starting to ask the question, could Morgan Rogers be a surprise solution to Arsenal's left-hand side dilemma? My friends, talk to me down below in the comments if the price tag is right. Would you take Morgan Rogers out of Aston Villa? Moving on to the Viktor Gyokeres update. After 5 consecutive league campaigns, where Arsenal not had a single player with more than 15 non-penalty goals, spending only a total of €80 million on brand new attackers in summer 2020, less than the likes of Wolves, Leeds and Stade Rennes, there's a reason why Arsenal fans are so desperate for a brand new striker. So in terms of the Viktor Gyokeres saga, with all the reports about arguments behind the scenes, Sporting not living up to the gentleman's agreement, according to reports in Spain, Real Madrid were actually offered Viktor Gyokeres, but they rejected, which to me isn't massive news because they've already got Kylian Mbappe. Having also just signed a brand new right forward, their main priority is clearly midfield, especially after the departure of Luka Modric. But in terms of Arsenal and where they come into the field, according to Fabrizio Romano, Viktor Gyokeres' priority is to join Arsenal this summer. Despite calls from Man United in recent weeks, Gyokeres has always been an option despite the Sesko talks. No deal has been sealed so far. Arsenal keep assessing the situation. United do remain keen, but believe a deal is now unlikely. This is the energy that I want to see when a player is linked to Arsenal. Despite the amount of clubs that like Gyokeres and have been after the player, the fact that he prefers to come to the Emirates Stadium, arrive to a brand new league despite all the doubters, it's a sign of a player that's hungry, a mentality that I love to see. As Fabrizio Romano further says, I don't think Gyokeres has said no to Man United, but he's told his agent to tell Man United that his priority is Arsenal, which is different because the situation could change in the coming weeks, with even more reports in Portugal claiming that super agent Jorge Mendes has joined the Gyokeres case, a man that Andrea Berta will be very familiar with, having worked alongside him to get a major deal over the line in João Felix. In terms of Sporting and their price tag, that will be pivotal, but Mendes is a man that has the power to help get a deal over the line. And in terms of Arsenal and where Gyokeres could fit very well, the more that I think about it, the more I see a potential partnership. Despite Gyokeres' clear struggle in the air, when you've already got a player like I have who excels in the department, I wonder if he could be Gyokeres' backball, with a Swedish player being far more effective running towards the goal, where Havertz does not have the elite ball striking ability. His strengths and weaknesses actually go hand in hand with Gyokeres' profile. But in terms of Arsenal and getting that striker over the line, according to reports in Portugal, Arsenal have never made an offer for Sporting for Viktor Gyokeres. He is a target, but Arteta's priority has always been Sesko. Gyokeres is still on the list in case the deal doesn't materialise, and his preference is the Gunners over Man United. So what is actually happening with Benjamin Sesko, because the deal is definitely dragging? His agent has now come out and spoken, confirming that we have a clear plan. We will never force or blackmail Leipzig. We do things in the right way or don't do them at all. Sesko will only leave for a special club and project, which could be Arsenal, it should be Arsenal. But after weeks and weeks of negotiations, reports that Arsenal only want to pay €70 million, while Leipzig are looking for at least 80. We have got a positive update coming out of Germany. According to Bild, Arsenal have reached an agreement with Benjamin Sesko on personal terms, having signalled that they will make an offer for the player in the coming days, in line with RB Leipzig's expectations, which could be around 80 to €100 million. The key thing that I want to focus on though is the mentality. Even though I think Sesko has the fundamentals over Viktor Gyokeres, he was also a player that Arsenal wanted last summer, but reports claim that he wasn't convinced of moving to Arsenal because he was unsure if he could displace Kai Havertz. Gyokeres seems to me like a different mental profile, the type of striker to come to Arsenal with a point to prove. The mindset to become Arsenal's number 9, with the aim to be a game changer. But in terms of Arsenal and more confirmed news, the 2025-26 season fixtures have arrived, with Arsenal given a very hard start to the season. From the first game being United away to then Leeds at home, Liverpool away, Forest at home, City home and Newcastle away. In the space of just 6 games, Arsenal will be going to Old Trafford, Anfield and St James's Park, and that first game will not be easy. Not only will United have a whole preseason to work under Ruben Amorim, but with the signings of Mateus Cunha and maybe even Brian Mbeumo, Old Trafford has never been easy for Arsenal, having lost only 2 of the last 18 Premier League games against Arsenal, won 10 and drawn 6. Both defeats have come under Mikel Arteta's tenure, 1-0 in 2020 and 1-0 in 2024, which just goes to show, meaning prior to Arteta's arrival, Arsenal were 0-13 going to Old Trafford, notoriously a hard ground for Arsenal to go to. This will certainly be a gargantuan test, but at the same time you can also look at it the other way. Get the hard fixtures done as soon as possible to give yourself more chance to build momentum come the business end of the season. For me, this is all a far bigger incentive for Arsenal to get their business done as soon as possible, especially after seeing the Man City bench in their first game of the FIFA Club World Cup. Despite such a strong starting lineup, a bench that has John Stones, Ruben Dias, Erling Haaland, Rodri and Gundogan, this is the level of depth that Arsenal are going to be up against. Not to mention Liverpool signing Florian Wirtz. We saw it back in 2022-23. The importance of having a strong start to the season can be a game changer for the entire fan base. So there will be some Arsenal fans that will be dreading match day number 1. If you've got a Sesko Gyokeres over the line, you've got a Rodrigo starting a left wing, it could also be a chance for Arsenal to make a statement. Start the year by going to Old Trafford and winning, then go and make a statement at Anfield, beat the reigning champions, and show Newcastle the same level as well. For Arsenal, Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta is very clear. After receiving a very hard start to the season, get your business done as soon as possible and start the season like you mean to win it. That is the video there and there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, and the links are down below in the description. But that was all of your latest Arsenal transfer news today. As the Sesko rumours continue, the Gyokeres rumours are coming in as well. Arsenal fans, I'm with you. I want a signing as soon as possible, so hopefully we get a breakthrough very soon and I'll be here to break it all down as always. I'll see you next time though, take care and in a bit.